know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. All right, who we got in the building? We got Adriana's report, Do the Right Thing, Erica's Kennedy, Deion Sanders, Renee. We got Orbo Sexy. We got Forever One, Universal Tea with Marie, hey, Maya, Judy Bland, Kimi Renee, hey Mimi, Annie Gant, Laverne Hicks, hey Boo, and Sierra Mays. All right, you guys, hey Laverne, thank you. Y'all know I'm still rocking the curls. I've been using a little flat iron, kept boosting them up. And this is an actual child. I tried and tried to iron these little flaps down. I did the best I could. This is a dress, actually. You can see the little white. This is actually a dress. It's like a little short skirt. You know, it's a little, you know. I'm trying to be cute. It's my birthday weekend, but honey, I ironed and ironed. And it's still flying in the wind. But, you know, I did what I could do. Thank you. Thank you guys for your compliments. So we got to play that little intro, honey. That is our disclaimer. We are not attorneys. We're not paralegals. We're not, you know, we just give our commentary, and we give it how we see it based off of the court documents. So you guys know we did a part one. We're talking about Tasha K violating the injunction. Mr. Dennis Byron tweeted earlier today that it seems like Cardi B's attorneys are ready. They're prepared to, basically what it's going to be is going to be a contempt of court. Okay, they're going to issue, well, they have issued, they're going to be asking the judge in this paperwork, it's going to ask the judge to find Tasha in violation of the injunction, which would be a contempt of court. And that carries a fine or imprisonment. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. But we also are going to talk about this interview that she did with TS Madison. We are going to listen to the audio, and I'm going to debunk a lot of the claims that she made in that interview. So before we get into the interview, I wanted to talk about this injunction, okay? Now, let me share my screen. Okay, now this injunction, it is a stipulated order granting permanent injunction. And what a permanent injunction is that we had a financial judgment basically stating that you have to pay $3.8 million. That is your punishment for defaming Cardi B. That didn't stop her. It didn't stop her. She's continued to defame, continue to be out here exemplifying behavior that she was sued for, and she was found liable. So now they said, well, we need an injunction. We need further punishment to make her stop, because as she stated in her testimony, it would take basically a gag order. It would take the court making her stop. So they issued this injunction, and in the injunction, it said what she can do, what videos she had to take down. And it said that these are the statements that were judged as false and defamatory by the jury. Plaintiff engaged in prostitution. Plaintiff has herpes. Plaintiff has HIV. Plaintiff used cocaine. Plaintiff performed a debasing act with a beer bottle. Plaintiff committed adultery. And then plaintiff is a prostitute, or she prostituted, sold pussy, has herpes, had cold sores. These statements cannot be made. You can't make them in writing or orally. You can't put herpes B with or without spaces. You can't say she has cold sores. You can't call her cold sore B with or without spaces. You can't say she has HPV. You can't say she used cocaine or is an cokehead. You can't say that she put a beer bottle up her V. You cannot say that she committed adultery by effing or sleeping with somebody other than her husband. And you can't say she has a side peen. You cannot say any of this. You can't say that somebody other than Offset is licking Cardi's pee. You can't say these things. And then even further, please take down these posts and videos. So altogether, there were a few posts. They are descriptive in which ones they are. And then there are videos, and they give the titles of these videos, and they say what they need, that they need to come down and what the titles are. And it says it is further ordered that the clerk of court should terminate the motion for permanent injunction, and this court shall retain jurisdiction of this matter for purposes of construction, modification, and enforcement of this injunction. Defendants have agreed not to appeal the propriety and form of this permanent injunction without waiving any other issues for appeal. Nevertheless, in the event that the judgment is reversed in whole or in part as a result of her appeal, nothing in this can prevent Tasha from seeking to modify or rescind this injunction. But we know that the appeal has not even taken off the ground yet. It's still just been filed. It's still at the filing stage, and it's still at the stage where they're waiting for the brief to be given to the judge. So the appeal is nowhere, where she is allowed to be making these statements like the judgment had been overturned by an appeal. So like those videos and statements were supposed to come down. She had 5 days from the date of this order, which was the 4th of April. Okay. And where does it say that at? Okay, let's see. The judgment currently permanent injunction. Let me see where that is listed. Okay, it says it is further ordered that the defendant shall remove, to the extent not already removed, any videos or posts that contain the defamatory statements and the titles of such videos and posts to the extent that they contain the defamatory statements from their websites and social media accounts within 5 days from the service of this order, including but not limited to the following videos and posts. So then it goes into the posts and videos. But like I said, she had 5 days from the 4th. Okay, as of Monday, when Cardi B and her attorneys over the weekend, I was told by a source that the attorneys were giving Tasha K until Monday. If she had not taken down the post and had not taken down the videos, they were going to file a motion to the court to find Tasha in violation of the injunction, which would mean finding her in contempt of court. So it seems, based off of Dennis Byron's tweet and information that I got from behind the scenes, they did as such. Okay, because she has not taken down the videos, and some of them she changed the titles, and that is not what the order read. The order specifically read that the videos must come down. It did not say they had to be edited. So then we start seeing that Tasha K and her team, they were making fun of, making light of Dennis Byron's tweet, and basically trying to insinuate that Tasha K was in jail, that she turned herself in. It was rumors and fake news going around. We all knew that she was not in jail. We all knew that she had not turned herself in. So for the people that were DMing me or that were leaving that under, in comments, oh, it's fake, I never said that she was in jail. What I said was she is in violation of the injunction and she could possibly face a fine or jail time, because that's what the punishment is for violating an injunction and for being found in contempt of court. That's what could happen to you. You could be locked up. It carries a year of imprisonment, up to 1 year to 5 years, and a fine. Okay, and we're going to go over what an actual contempt of court and what a violation of an injunction is, and how the attorneys are going to file that, how they filed that paperwork. Okay, so that is what could possibly happen. So she did this interview with TS, which is also, now we can argue that she did that before the actual judgment had come out. This was taped in February. They said maybe she, she might not be, that video and that interview might not be found to be in contempt of court or in violation of an injunction, because it actually was taped prior to the injunction, right? But we knew you were headed in that direction. We knew that you were losing the lawsuit. You lost the lawsuit, and at that point it was $3.8 million. That's what the judgment was, right? But she had not had that injunction. The injunction was just issued on the 4th of April. So you can argue that she had an injunction, but she had a summary judgment. She did have orders in that summary judgment that was in the lawsuit stating that she couldn't make these statements, stating that it was found in favor of Cardi B for intentional infliction of emotional distress, for invasion of privacy, defamation. Everything was found in favor of Cardi B. You have to pay $3.8 million. You were found liable. So why wouldn't you just stop? A normal person would have just stopped, would have just let it go. So when you went up there to be interviewed by TS Madison, you could have gave, it could have gave anything other than the pride and the ego that we saw. But it's classic Tasha K. She had to sit up there and act like still and insinuate that Cardi B has herpes, that what she said is true, and a year or two from now, we're going to all find out that what Tasha K said was true. It's just sad, okay? But it was odd to me that she even went on Fox Soul, because you guys remember these tweets? Does anybody remember these tweets? The people, Fox News is a racist network. Fox News, let's create Fox Soul. Fox Soul, we leverage black news for a profit and allow the hosts to be sharecroppers for pennies on the views. Black people, Fox News ain't racist. Look at Fox Soul. Fox Soul, let's hire Z-list actresses who love to gossip for some change. Vivica will lust over 50 Cent. Lisa is the bitter cat lady. The other two will just keep them going. Bloggers are too big, so we will just gossip about how great our acting and love lives used to be. And we know why she started ranting about this, because that's when the Queens, Cocktails with Queens, that's when they had done an episode where they talked about Cardi B winning her lawsuit. So Tasha K, classic Tasha K style, she ranted about them. Fox Soul is racist. Well, they're sharecroppers, they're basically Sambos. They're basically, working for the racist Fox network. Okay? She said all this And now imagine a white-owned network. Blacks don't want to be segregated. However, Fox creates a black-owned network segregated. Reparations only when we're sharing the wealth. Now, if it was black-owned network, I would gladly accept the calling. Oh, because they asked you to come up there and talk about what you were upset about, I guess. I think you did go up there on Cocktails with Queens, and I think you did speak with them. But now it's giving, oh, because they invited you to be up there and have an interview with TS Madison and tell your story so you can get up there and hold your wine glass, hold your bottle, and show off with your Woody Woodpecker hairstyle. Child was giving Woody Woodpecker. They're not racist. Oh, okay. Okay. But see, that's what it is. When you're not invited to the party, when you see other people, going past you, they're getting shows, and you start to feel left out. You start to feel like, why not me? Why is everybody getting a show and I'm not? Child, them networks, they they can't trust you, girl. They don't know what you liable to do down there to the network. Child, they don't trust you. They say, yeah, we'll make a coin. We'll gladly interview her and ask her what was on her mind. Why would she get involved and get entangled with a $3.8 million defamation case? Oh, yeah, we'll do an interview. And we'll get TS to do it. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was cringeworthy. So we're going to go into this actual interview. I want you guys to listen to it. And then I'm going to debunk some of these things that she stated. There's a lot of information that she had jam-packed into this little interview. And it's all lies, okay? And we're going to prove it and debunk it using court documents, all right? So let's jump right into this interview. It's going to be the audio, all right? So let me play that for you.
Hi. Welcome back to Turned Out with TS Madison on Fox Soul. Next up, this person is no stranger to the blogs. She's famous for her relentless pursuit of the news, breaking stories, and being on top of all the hot gossip. By any means necessary, she has broken some of the top stories to hit the streets on her popular YouTube show, Unwind with Tasha K, which boasts 1 million subscribers. She was also the talk of the blogs recently with her infamous defamation case against hot rapper and entertainer Cardi B. Here with me to talk about all the things, please give a warm welcome to the infamous Tasha K.
I have my wine in the bottle. That was amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Tasha. So, Tasha, girl, let's jump right into the depths of it.
Let's get it.
How did you get yourself into this situation with Cardi B?
I don't know.
Sister, why?
I mean, protocol is the same. Celebrities, they hit their Instagram. I said, sue her. So she sued. That's what went down.
But Tasha, I just want to know, honestly, was it worth, you just not taking any of the videos down?
It was. It really was. I mean, here's the thing, because in every situation, there's a lesson, okay? And so my channel was going smooth. We had no problems, you know what I'm saying? And, we're growing. Yes, we got beefs here and there, but for the most part, everything, we have a great relationship with YouTube. And so I'm going to be honest with you, everything was smooth sailing, so I thought this would go smooth sailing. But, the universe had otherwise and said no. So, I mean, for the most part, like I said, I wouldn't change anything about, what happened, because I've learned so much as a businesswoman, as a blogger, as a talk show host in the making. And so, yes, I wouldn't have had it any other way.
But girl, was it at the stake of $4 million, Tasha K?
Well, the pellet.
So Maddie asked her, was it at the expense of $4 million? Was it worth $4 million, Tasha K? Was it worth it? And here is where she's going to try to say, oh, well, the appeals. We're waiting for the appeals court. Okay. Was it worth it? it was worth it. Yeah, like she's going to sit up there and say, no, I fucked up. A normal person would have. No, I fucked up. I think, I could have handled things differently. But this is the pride, okay?
Court ain't ruled on that yet, so we got we got to wait. Listen, and there were so many things, and I've said this before, like there were so many things that went down in the courtroom that I wish I could talk about that hindered a lot of, the case on both sides. And so that's what this, the appellate court for the 11th court is for. So they review everything to make sure it was good. And, a lot of things that was put in place, you have to abide by the law, of course. And so our case was
okay, and so they review everything to make sure it was good. That's not what the appeals court does. They don't review everything to make sure it was good. Okay, what the appeals court does is you file an appeal. The appeals court don't just go looking out for your case to make sure everything was good. That's not how it goes. You file an appeal because you're saying that there were errors in this case. And you need to file an appeal because you were not done fairly. The case was not tried appropriately. And so you want to have a do-over based on these errors. And then you submit a notice of appeal as well as a brief detailing what those errors are. Cardi B would then respond saying why she does not approve. And then you would respond back again. And then that's when the appeals court will review all of that and decide if you are getting an appeal. So she's very good at talking. She's got that gift of gab. But TS ain't buying that shit. TS like, girl, I don't. She did really good though. One thing, TS came across as, I don't believe this. I don't believe nothing you saying. Girl, why you go this far?
Probably the 4th or 5th defamation case ever in the United States.
That's another thing. This is not the 4th or 5th defamation case in the United States. Girl, you know how many defamation cases have been tried in the United States? You and Cardi B are not the 5th persons in the United States, history of the United States, to have an appeal or a defamation case. Girl, it was the lies for me. Okay? It was the lies for me.
Don't try defamation. It doesn't make it to court. But I said, people
don't try defamation. It doesn't make it to court. No, ma'am. What it is people don't normally go that far because defamation cases are very expensive. Okay? They're costly because it's a lot of information that you have to gather. It's a lot of points that you have to prove. You got to really have your shit together to prove a defamation lawsuit. That is the T. It's not defamation cases is so hard to prove so people don't really try them. They ain't never been done. No, girl, defamation cases is plenty of them. They're just costly.
On the coat.
So what it sounds like to me is that this was all a plot that Todd set up some kind of way. No, but this sounds like this was like something that you said, okay, I may not win this case.
Of course.
I may get sued.
Of course.
But I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to make this work in my favor.
Why are you telling my business?
Oh.
Why are you telling my business? Listen, I need the bottle. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, pull it. But this is what I'm saying.
Why are you telling my business? Why are you telling my business? Everything is a joke. Everything's not a joke. Everything is not a game. Then you got to reach for the bottle. Because now it's getting hot in here. Now I need the bottle. Now I need the glass. Girl, everything is not a joke. She plays around and jokes with everything and tries to get out of the comfortable spots with a joke. It's not funny. I don't find any of this cute or funny, and I don't know why anyone would.
So I want to know, so how was your support system during this time? Like,
oh man, amazing. My husband, and here's the thing that a lot of people don't know, is that I when I was pregnant.
Now, I'm getting ready to warn you, she really getting ready to start lying now. And this lie right here, child, this lie, and we got documents from the court to debunk this lie that she getting ready to spew.
And the case was filed. I said, you know what? If she want the videos down, I'll take them down if it's that bad, because I had a high risk pregnancy and I didn't want any extra stress. You know what I'm saying? And so, but my husband, he was in the DR enjoying his time, and he said, you know, he heard about what happened. He said, no, put the videos back up, because I did take them down, and we just gonna find some lawyers, and we did that. And so my support system has always been amazing, strong, supportive, and guess what? You know, when we go through things like this, it's life. You know what I'm saying? In life, you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna fail. And so when you fail, is it necessarily you failing if I'm better at what I'm doing? Because this made me better. Imagine if I was bigger, the number would have been bigger. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, I'm excited. When I tell you,
imagine if I was bigger, the number would have been bigger. And I'm excited. So I'm excited that I got sued and I have to pay almost $4 million. And if I was bigger, it would have been more than $4 million. And this made me better. The cap, the lies, the gaslighting. TS is not buying it. Yeah. You know, I mean, you still got to try to save face and not make her look too embarrassed. But it's the lies for me. That is not how it went down. They were behind the scenes trying to come up with, you know, they were being asked to take down the videos. They were going back and forth with thinking that it was a settlement offer. So when they found that it was not a settlement offer, that's when they put the damn videos back up. They were trying to do a money grab, and I got the paperwork to prove that, okay? So it was not, oh, he was chilling in the DR and you know, he told you to go ahead and put the videos back up. We just gonna fight it. No, that's not what it was. You were trying to exploit Cardi B for money. And when that did not work out, and when you didn't get what you were looking for, and you thought, that's when you put the shit back up. That's how that went down.
and I say that humbly. I am excited that this happened the way that it did.
People were like, during the whole case and all the hoopla and all the stuff that was going on, people were really trying to get me to speak on it. I didn't say a word. I wanted this to happen.
Oh.
I didn't want to talk about you. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, you played your cards right. A lot of.
Now, I don't see what she thought was so cute about that, because when TS said, I didn't want to talk about you, I wanted to talk to you, because she's saying, I wanted to look you in your face and say, why did you do this? I didn't want to talk about you on my videos and on my shows. I wanted to look you in your eye and say, why did you do this? Oh, you played your cards right. Like you somebody, girl. Like she couldn't have got you. Girl, you done been down to the TS. She done been down to your show prior to any of this. So it's not like she played her cards right. Girl, you are not a celebrity. You ain't no goddamn body. You and her already have a relationship. Y'all have done videos together. Stop, ma'am. Stop, ma'am. Stop it.
I could have had it. You played the cards. Yeah. I've been telling people, just hit the email.
Yeah, so what do you say to people who would say, like, okay, all of your stories about her were fabricated?
That's absolutely not true. And she knows that. So.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, here's where it's getting ready to come in. Now, this is the part where she blatantly lies and she still tries to insinuate, always trying to insinuate that Cardi B is lying. She's always been lying. The story is going to come out. Is the machine is hiding and protecting Cardi B. But years from now, a year or two from now, we are going to find out.
Including that one. But go ahead.
Because you know, okay, all of your stories about her were fabricated.
That's absolutely not true. And she knows that. So.
Really?
Yes. Including that one. But go ahead.
Because you know the story.
Including that one. But go ahead. Yeah.
Really? But when all of this stuff was going on, Tasha, I have to say, for me personally, I was sitting on the sidelines and I was like, girl, now I love my sister.
Yeah.
But I couldn't go that. I wouldn't go that deep into, you know, this woman's personal business or into her, and by no way, like.
Well, I don't. It's the family and the friends that go deep. I just report.
Now listen, can you shed a little bit of light on the alleged reports that your husband
Ooh.
and his testimony on the stand had a lot to do with you losing this case?
We're a team.
Okay.
So, I mean, they only had him on the stand 5 minutes.
But that 5 minutes trended.
It trended because, you know, you got two sides of the courtroom, right? Mm-hmm. I had 3 people on my side. There was 20 on hers. They asked him business questions. They didn't ask him anything about my stories because he doesn't know. We have parts that we play. So, and he was only up on the stand 5 minutes, but the transcripts will be out.
So you waiting on the transcript?
I mean, the internet waiting on them.
So now at that point, the transcripts had not been out. And this is when she tried to make everyone think that there was going to be something in the transcripts that showed we were all being fed wrong information. That Choke No Joke and Dennis Byron, that when they were reporting and other people that were reporting, coming back saying what was going on, and the whole report that Shaq got up there on that stand and said he didn't know, he does not do the videos, that, the email, basically that he told Tasha to, he doesn't know what she's doing. He told her not to do it. Even in the transcripts, he said, you don't know that, when she said about her sources, about Cardi B cheating. And he said, you don't know that. And she said, oh, I know my sources is always right. He played the part of basically being the one to say, I basically didn't have nothing to do with this. I told her not to do it. I told her, I didn't have anything to do with the videos. All I did was edit it. I'm the business. And then come to find out they don't pay no taxes. The last 3 years, they committed tax evasion, which we're going to show that. She tries to also insinuate that it's people and family members that give these stories and give her this information, and she just reports it. Well, we have information to show otherwise as well in the transcripts. So at this time, no one saw transcripts, and people just didn't, we had the words of others. But when the transcripts came out, everything that was reported was true. So she sat right here in this interview and lied.
The internet waiting on them.
So did you actually confess to making up stories about Cardi B?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
No. And the transcripts will prove that. Yes.
So, Tasha, you don't think that you contributed to any of her pain and suffering and turmoil and things?
No, I done told you.
But sister, but you know what? But you know why I want to ask you this? Because we're both human beings.
Exactly.
And if somebody is online and they're dragging us in spaces about things that are untruths to us, and they're wearing it out, and then you have this thing, because I'm a fan, and you have this thing where you say, well, my sources tell me.
Absolutely.
How credible do you think these people, do you think your sources are?
As credible as when I talk to any other person on the phone, and they provide me pictures and whereabouts and text messages and even recordings, So there's a reason why a lot of stuff didn't make it. But TS.
Now here is the gift of gab again for me. We're not talking about other stories, other sources, people provide you record. We're talking about this case. We're talking about this with Cardi B. This shit started with Star Marie. Okay, it started with the Star Marie interview. It wasn't no recordings and text messages. This started with the Star Marie interview, and then it went on with the Lovely Tea call and all the shit that you were doing, all the videos that you were posting, all the statements that you were making, the trolling that you were doing. This had nothing to do with phone calls and your sources giving you locations and some, top secret shit. This was all you. Just like TS said, you don't think you contributed to anything? Nope. Wasn't me. Nope. Who did it? You did it. Girl. Delusional. Can you say delusional?
I tell you what, and I know a lot of people want to know what went down, but because I paid these white people a lot of money, close to $1 million, they got more money. I got more money to spend. I ain't trying to write another check with my, you know what I'm saying?
Now, she's saying here, I ain't trying to write another check with my P. Girl, you used your P to pay for this? So who you mess with? Sadir or Olga? You ain't trying to write another check with your P. Who are you using your P to pay for your lawsuit? Who did you sleep with, ma'am? Olga or Sadir? She said it right there at that moment. She not trying to write another check with her P. She pointed at her P. Who did you use your P with, ma'am?
So listen, I trust me. Tasha K has not changed. Tasha K is still very much Tasha K in one day. It may be a year from now, maybe two. Everything gonna come out. It's gonna come out Tasha K style.
There are lots of people who said that you were on Nicki Minaj's payroll and that you did this because you were paid by Nicki Minaj to do this.
The lies. Where is Candy when you need her? The lies. Nicki don't with lawsuits. She don't with the legal system. You understand what I'm saying? So she's very protective about that. And so she really knew nothing about my case. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
but this was what people were saying, like a lot of people, because of that long-standing situation that she and Cardi B have. But
I mean those are two. And so this is what they failed to report. Now I can say this, okay? So there was a question asked in court: do I feel that Cardi B is on the level of Nicki Minaj? And I looked at Cardi B and I said, yes. Absolutely. When we talk about stardom and influence. Now, has she accomplished what Nicki Minaj has accomplished? Has she broken records? No. But on the same level, as far as influence, yes. And Nicki Minaj gave her that clout.
So will your style of blogging change after this?
Oh, it done got better, John.
Oh, better.
You ain't seen the, Tasha K has arrived.
She has arrived.
You have arrived. Arrived where? Arrived at the door of $4 million. Arrived where? Girl, where are you going? You're on YouTube. Where have you arrived? You are on YouTube, ma'am. Where have you arrived? You're delusional. You need help. And someone needs to, instead of laughing at you, laughing with you, they need to pull you aside and take you somewhere and get you some help. Because you're delusional at this point. I don't know what you see, but we all see something different. What do you see? What are you looking at? And your husband, I don't understand what type of man he is. Because he should have been said, Tasha, this is enough. You're just out here uncontrollable. And it's really sad. All jokes aside, I know that we kiki and we joke and we impersonate, but this is sad. This woman needs some intervention. Bad, because this is beyond narcissistic. I am sticking to this shit no matter what. If this takes me to jail, if it bankrupts me, I'm sticking in this shit. It's sad.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after this brief break. Hush, child, hush. We are back on Turned Out with TS Madison on Fox Soul. Not Tasha.
Oh, Lord.
Listen. Do I need to give you $20 subs, girl?
I need it.
You need it?
I need it.
Where you going to come up with this $4 million from?
Got paperwork for that.
You got paperwork for that?
Yeah.
Do you got paperwork? Do you got lawyers in place? Do you got insurance in place?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Do you got it, sis?
This is embarrassing. At this moment, I was done. Well, we got paperwork. Girl, do you have it? No. Why did you do it? We got paperwork for that. Girl, Stop! You look foolish, ma'am. It is the deflecting, it is the talking in circles. You just look foolish. You just look absolutely foolish.
Calling out the car, some of their neck hurting, some of their back ain't working no more. I ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing?
Nothing.
My God. So, Tasha, just for fun, I want to play a little game called Should I Blog It or Should I Leave It?
Okay.
In this game, we give each other scenarios and explain why we would report on it or not touch it. So let's have a little fun, shall we? If your source...
Honey, and that's where it stops. Child, that was just a lot. It was a lot for me, okay? But we have paperwork from the court docket that shows that her and her husband, they have not paid taxes. All of this, that she has paperwork in place and insurance paperwork. If you're not legitimately organized as a business, you're not running your corporation as a business, you're not paying your employees with checks, and they don't have W-2s, how is it that you're going to really want us to believe that you have company insurance and that the insurance policy is going to cover this defamation case? Because they're absolutely not. Okay, they have insurance adjusters that will review this and be like, okay, you were reckless. This was behavior that you engaged in. We are not going to cover defamation. Okay, freedom of speech, different little things. This is defamation. They are not going to cover a $4 million defamation case. Girl, stop. Okay, honey, ma'am, let me show y'all. Now, this is the motion in limine. Now, what a motion in limine is, this is prior to the actual, during the lawsuit. And this is when each side goes before the judge and says what they want to be entered in as evidence and what they don't want to be having entered in as evidence. It could be certain circumstances. It could be anything. It could be, anything. So these were the things that Tasha is saying she didn't want in, to be entered into court. But then this was Cardi B's response to Tasha's motion in limine. So Kibi Studios being formed as a business conduit for illegal activities. Defendants seek to prevent the plaintiff from introducing evidence or argument that Kibi Studios was formed for the purpose of conducting illegal activities, namely tax evasion. Contrary to defendants' unfounded allegation, plaintiff's counsel did not speculate, suggest, infer, or state in the Second Amendment complaint or in Kibi's deposition or in the pretrial order that the defendants have committed tax evasion. It was Kibi's own husband who testified in deposition that neither Kibi nor Kibi Studios have paid any taxes on income derived from the activities of Kibi and Kibi Studios that are the subject of this lawsuit. The failure to pay personal taxes and relatedly corporate taxes for Kibi Studios is directly relevant to demonstrating that Kibi and her husband have not treated the company as being separate from them as individuals. And indeed, Kibi testified that there was no distinction between herself and her business. Kibi's husband testified to the same thing. The plaintiff does not intend to accuse the defendants of tax evasion, but otherwise, this motion should be denied as the testimony is relevant to other issues. Moreover, to the extent the defendant's motion could be construed more broadly to encompass other evidence, it is also should be denied. The plaintiff is entitled to argue that Kibi and Kibi Studios are one and the same. An alter ego for the purposes of being jointly and severely liable for the defamatory statements at issue. And the failure to pay either personal or corporate taxes is direct evidence that Kibi and her husband have not minded their corporate formalities, and they have commingled personal and business income. Ensuring the clear separation of corporate and personal activity, particularly in the realm of finance, is one of the most, if not the most important aspect of corporate formalities. There also is nothing improper whatsoever about the plaintiff eliciting testimony that Kibi Studios was formed only for the purpose of providing a corporate shield and serves no other independent function. So what they are saying here is that they have not made any distinction between them and Kibi Studios, that it is one and the same, because they have not paid no corporate taxes to suggest that this is an entity and a business entity. Yeah, if you have an LLC, you should be paying taxes toward that business. You shouldn't just be paying your personal taxes and not doing anything with Kibi Studios. So if you have not done this, and if you have not delegated those responsibilities to anyone to run that business, how can you say that you have corporate insurance? Ma'am, you don't. You don't have liability insurance. You don't have any of that. Stop, ma'am. This says this right here. And this is this proves what TS was saying about the husband getting on the stand for 5 minutes and basically ruining their lawsuit. He had already, in the deposition phase, stated information like this. Then they both said that they didn't pay any taxes on this business. So Cardi and her team was saying that Kibi Studios is only an alter ego. It's one and the same. It's for her to do her unwind with Tasha K. But it is clearly commingled. It's not separate. So, boom, 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 shake the room. And then when she says, oh, well, they just report what people give them. It wasn't her making up these stories. Well, defendants knew the stories was false, but published the story anyway because they found it entertaining and took issue with a pastor taking money from the community. Now, this is when she posted about a prominent Georgia pastor having an affair with another man. And it shows that she does this for entertainment value. So they're saying this is the same thing that she does to everyone, and she did to my client. This evidence is relevant as to defendant's credibility on the issue of actual malice and to demonstrate that the defendants are willing to publish false stories for personal and financial motives, including but not limited to spite and greed. Okay, so now here is where we get into this whole situation about them putting up the videos and then taking them down, because her husband was in the DR and he was having a good time, and he said, girl, put the video back up, Tasha. Put the video back up. We're going to get a lawyer. You don't have to take them down. Put the videos back up. We're going to get a lawyer. I'm in Dominican Republic. I'm going to get you a lawyer. Now, it said that the discussions or offers regarding a possible compromise. The defendants seek to exclude evidence concerning any offers of compromise between the parties. Rule 408 prohibits the use of offers of compromise for the purpose of proving liability or to impeach prior inconsistent statements, but permits the use of this evidence for other purposes. Defendants have not cited any specific documents on the plaintiff's exhibit list that are subject of this motion or in any way explain their precise concern about how those documents could be used. This motion is not sufficiently particularized and thus should be denied. The only document that the plaintiff has identified on her exhibit list that they could even arguably refer to is the Cardi exhibit, blah, blah, blah. In this email from Kibi to plaintiff's counsel, now this is when she tried to say that they tried to settle with her behind the scenes. All right, because that's what she thought in her mind. All right, check this out. Now, in this email from Kibi to plaintiff's counsel, which is not marked as a settlement communication and does not reference settlement at all, Kibi admits in this email, quote, I honestly have no idea if those things were true about Cardi. And now she indicated that she would take the videos down. The defendants then took down the videos that contained the defamatory statements, but then reposted them only a couple days later, even though she admitted to not knowing for sure whether the statements were true. Even assuming that Rule 408 applies, as noted above, the email was not labeled as a settlement communication, nor was any settlement referenced or discussed at all. Plaintiff can still use this correspondence for another purpose other than proving the validity of the plaintiff's claims. So you took that down after you admitted that you knew that it was a possibility that they weren't true. You said, she says in her own words in the email, I honestly have no idea if those things were true about Cardi. And then she told them she would take the videos down. So she took them down, but only reposted them because she thought that this was going to be a settlement communication. After a few days, when she realized this was not a settlement offer, she put the videos back up. So these are the things that happened in court, okay? This is the stuff that was discussed. These are part of the reasons why she lost this lawsuit. Her own words, the own shit that her own foot that she put in her mouth. Now, they even start getting into evidence pertaining to Star Marie. This goes to show that this was some information that came from Star Marie that you didn't even know if it was true or not, and you just ran with it. So now, when she says that, when TS asked her, so you don't think that you have anything to do with, Cardi, how her emotional state or anything, and she says no, and she tries to play like she's done nothing wrong and all she's been doing is just posting these stories. No, what you did was, and we're getting ready to show another receipt that came out in, this is a transcript of a court proceeding, that it came out in court that you wanted to try to use Cardi B's image and her previous court case that was going on with the bartenders. You thought that if you put that information out there, that it would make her look bad, and then she would win based off of her image, that the jury would see that Cardi's a gang member and that she goes and beats up people and she threatens people. She's running with gangs. And then that's where I'm countersuing because I've been assaulted and I'm afraid and I had to move and all this shit. So she tried to get that stuff entered in about the previous case and the gang member stuff. And let me show you how she tried to do that. So the court says now, so the judge asks Cardi B's attorney, he says, give me 1 second. He says, so back to the criminal charges where I was asking about gang charges. Wasn't also a part of your case that there was slander because the defendant accused the plaintiff of being associated with gangs? Hold on, you guys. And so then Miss Matz, who is actually Cardi B's attorney, says, no, absolutely not. And the court says, oh, that's not part of your case. And Miss Matt says, that was not part of our defamation claims. It was nothing. The only place that came up is the defendant's counterclaims that they said that our client had assaulted her. And the whole theory was because they stipulated that our client never said anything directly threatening or never did anything. Their whole theory on the counterclaims, which Your Honor dismissed on summary judgment, was that because our client had alleged gang activity, that she had, other people threatened her. Our client had other people threaten the defendant for her. There was absolutely not one scintilla of admissible evidence to support that on any summary judgment, which is why Your Honor dismissed the claim. So the only place that was ever at issue in this case was on the defendant's counterclaims that are no longer at issue in this case. So this was at the time where they dismissed Tasha's counterclaim. But remember, like she just said, the judge dismissed the counterclaim, but during that counterclaim, that's where Tasha had tried to say, well, based off of Cardi's previous history of being a gang member and her criminal record, she assaulted me. So she thought she was going to get that off by using previous ties or circumstances of Cardi B. Like, where they do that at? Oh, I'm going to just say you were assaulted based off of someone's thought of you. And she's been trying to do that the whole time. So then the court says, so the newspaper articles, for example, of the criminal charges, there may be some mention of gang affiliation of these other co-defendants. Anything else in that you would expect the defendant would argue is somehow relevant to the case? And then Ms. Matt says, no, I don't think so. I think that their argument is essentially, Your Honor, this has been an issue since the beginning of the case. When the defendant testified during her deposition, she was asked questions about this. And her essential MO is she thinks our client is in a gang. Therefore, it's okay for people to do terrible things to my client, literally. I asked her, do you think the fact that you're saying my client is a gang member means it's okay if people do terrible things to her? And Tasha's answer was absolutely. And the lawyer during the deposition said, and that includes you? And Tasha said, absolutely, yes. You mean to tell me that you really told a lawyer during your deposition that because you think that Cardi B is in a gang, possibly affiliated with a gang, that it is okay for people to do terrible things to her? And Tasha K said, yes, absolutely. And she said, that includes you? And she said, absolutely, yes. So from the beginning, the defendant's entire defense was to try to paint my client in a certain light. That's completely inappropriate because it has nothing to do with the defamation charges. Really? Really, ma'am? Really? You think that it's okay because you can say that there have been stories and rumors that she's allegedly tied to a gang, that it is okay to bully her, essentially, troll her, because she could be affiliated with a gang? Yes. Ma'am. And this is what she told the attorney during her deposition. Okay. So miss me with the, I just sat here and I just reported. I reported what the people told me. No, ma'am, you tried to paint you had this whole shit set up in your mind that if I can paint her as a drug, as a drug user, said she prostituted before, if I can paint her as a gang member, if I can put all this in people's minds, then I can win this case. This is not YouTube. I keep telling you, this is a court of law. It's not YouTube. This is what you do on YouTube. This is the behavior that you do. You get people to, think that you're the queen and that they need to be mentored by you and that you know it all and they believe you because you got the gift of gab. They sit up under you thinking that you God's gift to YouTube. And you thought that those tactics were going to work in a court of law. No, ma'am, that's not how it works. You got to have proof. You have to have evidence. You can't go off of made up fake receipts based off of what it looks like. Because she's very good with a picture, what it looks like, the lights, the camera, the good sponsors, the good show, what it looks like. No, we actually need evidence that you were assaulted, ma'am. We need to see where they hurt you at. You can't paint a picture and get it passed with the picture. No, it don't work like that in court. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It don't work like that. Now we're going to further dig into her ass with the lie that she said on TS Madison's interview about, I just report it's the family and friends. It's them. It's them that give me the information. They give me recordings. They give me pictures. I don't just make up. I just come and say okay. The court, what did she say about the plaintiffs related to having affairs? And here go Olga. The only thing I know off the top of my head is, the court said, what is it alleged that she said about the plaintiff? She said, Offset, which is the name of the plaintiff's husband, Offset, keeps stepping out on her. I heard that she got herself a side piece, which is like, a boyfriend or something else that she's, in addition to Offset. So it's like in the same sentence. I'm not really sure how they're going to be able to keep evidence of that out, but then keep evidence in of my client talking about just the plaintiff. Now, I'm going to read that shit again because I know you didn't understand that. I know you didn't understand what the fuck I just said. That's Olga. See, Olga and Tasha are one and the same. That's why I said when she said, did she use to pay? I'm starting to think, did you and Olga got something going on? This is Olga. Now, this is Olga talking to a judge. Olga says, she said, Offset, which is the name of the plaintiff's husband, Offset keeps stepping out on her. I heard that she got herself a side piece, which is like, a boyfriend or something else that she's, in addition to Offset. So it's like in the same sentence. I'm not really sure how they're going to be able to keep evidence of that out, but then keep evidence in of my client talking about just the plaintiff. And then the court says, all right, thank you. Miss Matz, so how do you parse that then? The judge said, how do you, what? The judge is like, listen, can you explain, how do we parse that? And Miss Matt says, yeah, listen, I think that part of the issue here is that there's numerous instances of exhibits on their list where that is not the example. Okay, I guess some of this alleged piece of this might come in to the extent that the videos also relate to my client, but there's numerous examples of exhibits, both video and documents, on their witness list where Miss Keeby is only talking about my client's husband allegedly cheating on her. And it is not part of those videos. And I think that to the extent that it comes in is in some small way, it shouldn't become a second piece of this trial where all of these inadmissible hearsay documents, where there's no proof that this actually occurred, is being thrown in the jury's face to prejudice them and make them think negative things about my client. And so Cardi B's attorney is saying, I don't think any of this it's relevant because, again, they're trying to paint a picture of my client to make her look bad so that they would find in Tasha K's favor. Again, another ploy, another tactic. Let me make them look, let me make them look bad. It's not about the evidence. We don't have none of that. No. We don't got no evidence that he cheated. We just got rumors. Okay? And we want to try to put that to manipulate the audience because Tasha knows that if she can just get in front of the audience with her manipulation, she got him. She knows she's good at that shit. So then the court says, okay, so what I hear the plaintiff saying is that it might come in the limited context that you have said. If it was a part of the statement about where she said she, being Kibi, said, well, I heard she's also plaintiff stepping out on the side as well, but not as an independent thing, not where you have other evidence that just goes to whatever the plaintiff husband may have done. Do you agree with that? And Olga says, I do agree with that. So no evidence. Yeah, you don't have none. You don't have no evidence. You don't have no evidence. You have no evidence. You never had any evidence. You never had any evidence that that was her with the beer bottle. You never had any evidence that she had HPV, herpes, or any of that. You never had any evidence that she cheated or Offset cheated. It's all rumors. And whatever her and Offset got going on in their marriage, and whatever it's been played out in the blogs, that's their business. You don't have physical evidence for court, which means these videos that you claim people send you, these text messages that you claim people send you, locations, all these things. Where's the video that shows Offset cheating and that you were there and you watched it? See, when you are trying a defamation case, that's why it's so expensive, because you have to have all this shit and you got to pay to get that kind of goddamn evidence. It takes time. You got to put all that shit together. And when you don't have evidence, you can't conjure up some shit. Okay? Just like they're trying to say, well, it's going to come out later down the line that she has this. Including that video. Yup, it's true. Including that one. Like she said to TS. Including that one. Alluding that, yes, it's true. They just, I just can't say because certain things in court and how, girl, stop. No, they proved that. She took a test. Then the people say, oh, she paid for that. Yeah, because she's part of the machine. Cardi B paid for test results to show that she don't have herpes. Why can't you just go ahead? She don't got it. She don't got HPV. She don't got herpes. And let me ask y'all this. Let me just put a hypothetical out there. What if she did? What if she did have herpes? I just want to ask that, would it be an issue? What if she did have it? Okay, and that's her business, but she don't. She proved that. She took a test. She don't have it. You asked the judge to do an in-camera review of those test results. He said, no, I'm not doing that. Then you asked him, can you see it? No. You don't know. You don't need it. You don't need the test results. No. No, now what? So now what you going to say? No. You don't need them. It's nothing. You don't need it. I mean, it was just everything. It's given the pride. It's like, I'm not going to stop until something breaks. Like I'm going to just keep pushing. And if I just keep pushing, eventually we're going to find something. It's like, no, it's all lies. It's nothing there. You can't conjure up truth out of a lie. It's nothing there. It's time to hang it up. It's done. It's over. They found you liable. Just get over it. She's not going to win that appeal. They're not going to retry that case. There were no errors in judgment. There were no errors during the case. They're not going to try that appeal. So she might as well just hang it up. What y'all saying in these comments? Child. Right, it's not a regular marriage. Right, her and Shaq, it is not. Carla says the IRS is coming. Cardi is under attack. That's how Tasha K got her 1 million subscribers. That is how Tasha K got her 1 million subscribers and her check on the other app. Tasha supporters are also Nikki's. They was helping her. I thought saying she was in jail was a ploy to allow her to flee the country. Hey, Robin. She's going to flee. I just saw her live. She's not in jail. No one said that she was in jail. I don't know where anyone is getting that from. There's nowhere in this video and nowhere in any of my videos did I say she was in jail. We never said she was in jail, and I don't know why anyone says that she's in jail. I've never said she was in jail. And are any of my moderators here? Somebody's saying that there's a troll, Kibi Studios. If there's a troll, go on and get them up out of here. But if they're, if they're not being disrespectful, they're fine. But if they're causing havoc, get rid of them. But yeah, no one said that she was in jail. I never said she was in jail. Thank you, Valerie. How are you? Yeah, I never said, I did not think she was in jail. When I saw that meme of her in the line, I knew it was photoshopped. When her and Chelsea was kikiing and playing on the live, I never said she was in jail. I know she's not in jail because, like I said, again, I have sources behind the scenes. I know what's going on. So no, she was never in jail. She didn't turn herself in. None of that. We said that the lawyers filed paperwork to find her in contempt of court. We're not saying that she's going to jail. I never said that. I said that violating an injunction carries possible jail time. And that's what everyone said. This is her thing. This is what she does. This is the PR. This is the deflection. This is what y'all allow her to do. Cause a deflection and cause a stir, cause mass hysteria, to sidetrack you, to take you away from the subject at hand, which is she violated that injunction and she didn't remove the posts and the videos. That's what we're talking about, ma'am. Stay on task. She tries to divert, tries to deflect, and y'all fall for it every time. We're talking about the injunction and her not doing what she promised. She promised behind the scenes that she was going to take it down, and they went on and filed and signed the injunction. Okay? In lieu of having the injunction hearing that day. And she did not honor or stick to what she said she was going to do. So the kiki and the laughing, I want to see if they kiki and laugh when her shit comes crumbling down, because there is going to be recourse. You can't mock the court and think this is not child support. This is not family court with those type of injunctions. This is an injunction for a civil case where you were found liable and found to owe $3.8 million. This is serious, ma'am. This isn't a laughing or joking matter. So you're playing with kids, you play childish games, you're going to get childish prizes. You play kid games, get kid prizes. You keep thinking that things are a joke because you think you run the internet. You think you run social media and YouTube because of the way you're able to manipulate the masses and manipulate people. King Payne is saying she was in jail for something else this morning. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Choke No Joke cleared that up. He said it wasn't true. Like, okay, Danielle. But her team just announced it, says she's in jail. It's a prank. Chelsea and them, that is a prank. That is not true. That's not true. That was a prank from Chelsea. So if she was in jail for something else or whatever, we'll look and check and all that. But she was not in jail for Cardi. She was not in jail for Cardi, so. Yeah, I'm not looking at that. I don't watch that person, so I don't even know why you would send me that. You know I don't watch that, so I don't even know why you would send me that. I'll look up some other things, but she wasn't in jail. So, we have been talking directly to sources in that camp. So, violating the injunction, honey. See, this is again, it's a distraction. okay? Putting out, trying to confuse the public with information of being in jail when you're really not in jail, putting out fake shit to try to get people sidetracked. You guys you can't fall for shit like that. If she was in jail and she was in jail for something else, then okay. But she was not in jail for anything related to Cardi B or related to this injunction. I don't know. I will have to research about whatever else is in her private business. But this, she was not in jail for this. This injunction, and as it pertains to Cardi B, she was not in jail, okay, for this. So, you guys have to, y'all can't get sucked in. People get, it amazes me how people online just get sucked in so fast to stories, and now everybody, it's this story, it's that story. And that's the game. That's the name of the game, to get people distracted and deflect from what's really going on. And then meanwhile, you'll sneak and take down the videos, or you'll sneak in private shit, and you'll sneak and remove shit from, and trying to distract us, the motherfuckers that's on your ass. You try to distract us with other shit. No, ma'am, I'm honed in on this injunction. I don't give a fuck about whatever you might have been in jail for, your business. People go to jail every day. Y'all need to stop. People get locked up for fucking traffic tickets. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm locked in on this motherfucking injunction with Cardi B. That's what I'm locked in on. This shit. I don't give a damn about what she got going on in her personal life. Okay? You know what they say, be careful what you ask for, even if you plan. True. And Kimmy said, exactly, Sweet Pea. Okay? Like, I don't know. You know, as far as what Chelsea, you know, I know when Chelsea posted, that was a prank. It was not true, because then they posted another one with Tasha laughing. You know, it's not true. She was not in jail as far as Cardi B is concerned. Anything else, I don't know about her personal life. If other bloggers are saying that it was something else, then okay, it could be. I don't know. I have not looked into that. I'm honed in on this topic. What I'm talking about is the fucking injunction. I don't know anything about that other shit. That's her fucking business. As far as I'm concerned, if she got locked up for something, honey, people get locked up every day. I see people get locked up for traffic shit, child support, owing shit, whatever. You know what I mean? That's her business. This shit, Cardi B, injunction, you were supposed to take certain videos down. That's what I'm talking about. And see, that's how people get you, you know, try to distract you from what it is, the subject at hand, so that they can sneak and go in the back door and try to clean up shit real quick. Because your ass tried to wait till after the 10th till you got your money for the month, when that's not what the court told your ass to do. So, you would be a great lawyer. Oh, thank you. She keep it up, little girl acting right, like, and then she puts Chelsea out here to stir shit up. This is what they do. Chelsea thinks shit is a game, and she thinks shit funny. You know, she's getting paid a little measly pennies to run amok out here and cause and sit back and laugh. We got them thinking Tasha in jail. Meanwhile, then it's let me go over here and delete these videos. Ain't nobody paying attention. Like, no, girl, we already had that shit screenshotted. You can go in and clean it up now, but that's not what the fuck you were told to do. Don't try to clean up now because you see people is onto it and you hear what the fuck we saying. Oh, shit, Cardi and them done fight. Oh, shit, they noticed. Oh, they noticed I was changing the fucking titles. Oh, shit. Like, girl, stop. Right, go play on the fucking freeway. Right, stay focused. Like, you know I'm locked and loaded. Okay? Like, you can't play with me. I ain't stupid. Right. I think she's in Twitter jail, not Facebook jail, not jail. Okay? So, y'all stay focused. We talking about the injunction and what the hell is given based off of this information. Tasha K's personal life, I tell y'all all the time, that ain't none of my business or my concern. I'm not one of those people that care about people's personal life. I'm not amazed by people going to jail. I know that going to jail is something that happens. So I don't get all, oh, she went to jail. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about this shit with Cardi B. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we've been reporting on and following all this time. I tell you all the time, I don't care about Tasha K's personal life. We will only cover this. So I won't be digging around looking to see what the fuck she got going on. It won't surprise me if she locked up. Shit, people get locked up every day. Chelsea is shucking and jiving for TK. Okay. You are okay. You didn't know. I didn't either until I came over here. But Danielle, no, don't delete her comment. Leave it. I mean, because, it could be some stuff going on, but I know with this, she was not in jail. She was not in jail for this. She was the injunction, none of that. She was not in jail for anything like this. Chelsea and that shit that she did earlier, it was a hoax. It was not real. And I don't know why anybody thought it was. See, that's what I'm saying. TK, she thinks she got people fooled. She don't got me fooled. I know what the fuck they be up to because I know the law. And like I said, I got inside sources. I know what's going on. She was not in jail for this. If she had some other shit going on that I don't know about because I don't dig and look into people's lives, I wouldn't know. But this I know about. And this is the subject that I talk about and that I investigate and that I get tea on and that I communicate with people about. Anything else, I don't know. You will have to find out on someone else's channel. Okay? All right. Right, Keita. People get locked up every day, B. Like I don't give a damn. That's her business. But I know with this right here, she wasn't in jail for this, okay? So we will keep you posted. We will keep an eye on what is going on. If she removed videos, if she took things down, she still could be possibly fined and sanctioned for not adhering to the timeline, all right? Don't run and hide now because you signed an injunction saying that you would take it down in 5 days. If you did not, you're going to have to pay for that. You got to pay the piper. All right? Okay. So we'll keep you posted. And if I hear anything, I will come and I will let you know. But as far as I know, she was not in jail for this. It don't happen that fast. A violation of an injunction, you have to be found in contempt of court. There are proceedings and there are procedures. It don't just happen that fast with the injunction the same day. It don't happen that fast. If she had anything else going on, it was not related to this, okay? This is not the first 48. It's not a television program. When you are found in contempt of court, when you are found in violation of an injunction, it will not happen, boom, the same day. Boom, a warrant issue. It's a whole different process, okay? So trust me when I tell you, don't believe the hype. Don't be fooled. Stay focused, y'all. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay right here. Stay tuned in to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Check our community feed. Stay right here. As it pertains to this violation of the injunction. Anything else what other bloggers are reporting, I am not debunking them. I don't know what it is that they're saying, and I'm not saying that they're lying because I don't watch their videos and I don't know. So, and as far as one of the ones that you're talking about, I will go on his channel and see what he's reporting because I do watch him. But the other person, I don't watch his content, so don't even recommend it because I don't give them no likes or anything and no views. Okay, so the injunction and what I'm reporting on, and I never look at other people's, content to get my content. I get my content from receipts and from sources. I would never use another YouTuber's content in order to report off of that. I don't do that, okay? Because, I want to make sure, like, what I tell you, that is true, and that I can back it up with a source that is other than a person. Like, I can give you a paper receipt, a court document, something legitimate. I would never use someone else's YouTube channel, child, get them, because y'all know who those bots are. This bot that comes in, they come in every time we do Tasha K videos. So I really believe that it'd be somebody from that camp over there because they always, they always put this in there, and that's the nudity bots. That's the ones that they try to flag your channel for nudity. So please get them out of here, child. You won't get my shit. My channel, we got snipers over here. Okay, we got snipers. So yeah, like no, she didn't turn herself in, queen. It was all Chelsea and her trolling the internet, wanting to deflect from the topic at hand so they can go and take them videos down and do what it is that they were told to do in that damn injunction. That's what it's giving. I bet you if you go over there now and check and see, the shit's probably starting to come down. You know, they're going to sneak and take it down when they think nobody's watching, while they cause a bunch of havoc. Is she locked up? Oh, what happened? And get people digging and looking for other shit. And meanwhile, we're not locked and loaded in on this. No, we're locked and loaded. We got Cardi back. We locked and loaded. This is where we at. You can't derail me. I don't give a fuck about jail. Jail, that word don't... Jail! Child, people go to jail every day. People get locked up on a daily. That don't faze me. I don't give a damn. You can't say the word jail and then I'm just going to stop and get off of my goddamn topic. No, ma'am. Like, no. Okay? The injunction, possibly a fine or jail time for violating an injunction. That's the topic of this video. We never said she was in jail. We never said she was about to go to jail. They locking her up. And never. What we said was Cardi B's attorneys gave her 5 days, and the court gave her 5 days from April 4th to take the videos down, to take the posts down. We all seen that was not done. So over the weekend, they said, we're going to give the bitch until Monday. And if they're not down, we're going to file charges. Paperwork, should I say. We're going to file paperwork to find her in contempt of court. And they moved to do that today, which is why Dennis Byron tweeted what he tweeted. It was everything was on point. It was true. It was not false. It was true. But as far as her getting locked up because of it and going to jail, no, that was never a thing. She was not locked up for no violating an injunction. No, she was not. Now, if she was locked up for something else, that's her business. But this, she was not locked up for, period. Okay? Whew. Okay? All right. So, just stay locked and loaded, you guys. Oh, it's somebody else's birthday? Aaron? It's your birthday, boo? I see people saying happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Aaron. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aaron. Fellow Aries, you are. Mwah! My son's birthday is tomorrow. So, child, the 12th, the 14th, and the 15th, Aaron, all of us, we got birthdays. Hey, Aries gang. Hey. Happy birthday, Aaron. Okay, so Sweet Pea, nobody knew the reason she was in jail. They were assuming she went behind Cardi. Nobody knew that. No, it wasn't behind Cardi. Thank you, Angel. If she was in jail, it was not related to this. No. Nope. All right. But you see how the internet, like, it's some fake shit put out there, you know, and because, you know, her team is over there kikiing and thinking shit is funny, and they derail people and get people sidetracked. I'm not saying that it wasn't anything, that she didn't go to jail for something, but I don't know anything about that, and I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could care less. I don't care nothing about that. My eyes is on the prize. And we paying attention to this injunction. Okay? All right. So we're going to get up out of her. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. Oh, I forgot to shout. Did I play? No, I did not. I would like to thank my sponsor. Oh my God, y'all, forgot all about them. Before we go, we got to get up on out of here. We got to play my sponsor. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to ExpressVPN friend of the channel, and protector of my online data. They are giving away 3 months free on a 1-year package to all Sweet Pea Diaries viewers by using the link in the description box below. Now, this is a service that I personally use 100% of the time when I'm on the internet using my phone or computer. It allows me to bypass content restrictions while traveling and ensures all of my data is 100% private and safe wherever I connect to the internet. Using ExpressVPN also allows you to get discounts when using services like Expedia, NBA League Pass, and Netflix. ExpressVPN also has 24/7 customer support to answer any questions and support all of your needs. So take back your internet privacy today by clicking on the link in the description box below and find out how you can get 3 months free. So we would like to thank our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Click the link below and take advantage of the savings and the discounts on Netflix, NBA Game Pass, all that stuff. Take advantage of it. But yeah, I don't believe that, it was all, they were trying to derail everyone from the mission, okay? We are locked and loaded in on this violation of injunction. Anything else I don't pay attention to, and I don't know anything about her personal life. The video that I saw of Chelsea, if this is the video that people are referring to, that was a hoax. Chelsea was clearly, you can tell that it was a lie. And Tasha was in the background. You can hear her whispering and laughing. And then I think it was a second video that came out after that, and you see Tasha. So Tasha, I don't believe that she was in jail at that, in that exchange when Chelsea was reporting that. That wasn't true. It was just a hoax and a game that Chelsea was playing and doing that because her boss is telling her to troll the internet. Her and Tasha was trolling. Now, if there was anything that happened earlier in the day or whatever, I don't know anything about that because that's not what I report on or follow. I follow this lawsuit. And what I can tell you in regards to this, she was not in jail for this. She was not locked up for violating any injunction. What I said and what the sources and what is coming from Cardi B's camp is that the attorneys sought to have her be in contempt of court, and they filed the legal paperwork necessary to move forward with finding her in contempt of the injunction and find her in contempt of court for violating the injunction. Okay? So it does not happen that fast. Thank you, Jigs, in these Wi-Fi streets. Thank you. It just don't happen that fast. All right. So this has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys be sure to like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.